Howdy folks, and welcome to the Hillbilly Kitchen. Today we're making a Mexican street corn dip. Now this is a really good all-purpose dip. It's good for all your cookouts. You can mix this up and take it out and put it on the grill and heat it. You can even serve this cold. You don't have to heat it if you don't want to. And I have like everything out here you could possibly put in it, just about. You don't have to have all this, or you can make substitutions and do other stuff. It's kind of more of an idea, and then you add either what you got or what you like to it. And there's lots of different ways to serve it. We're going to get into that. But this is, you know, all your cookouts this fall and stuff, or cookouts whenever. I'm making it kind of into summer here. But sleepover parties, just if you want something different for maybe a Friday night get-together or something, it's just good. And like I said, there's lots of ways to serve it, and we're going to even talk while we're cooking about ways you can turn this into dinner. If you make it on the weekend for a cookout and you've got leftovers, I'll tell you how to make it dinner on Monday, which you probably ain't going to have no leftovers. It's really good. So anyway, kind of how we're going to do this, and like I said, we'll get into some substitutions. Regular street corn mayonnaise is used for the binder for the spices. The spices are usually mixed in mayonnaise, and then it's rubbed on the corn, and then it's grilled. So we're going to use mayonnaise to fry our spices and our corn in for our dip. And we're using mayonnaise. And I know some of you are going to say, using mayonnaise to fry. You can use butter. You don't have to use the mayonnaise. You can just use butter or a little oil or whatever if you don't want to use the mayonnaise. But mayonnaise has a lot of flavor in it. It's mostly oil, but it has lemon and it has some spices in it. It's got egg in it, and it changes the flavor. So we want that flavor.
I'm excited to be partnered with Function Health. They are a health platform that gives you the kind of insight that most people never get. I recently completed my first round of lab work, which was super easy. I went to a local lab, I was in and out, and they tested for over 100 different biomarkers. My heart, liver, kidney function, even my stress levels, and tested for toxins. I'm already getting my results, and they're going to be interpreted by a doctor who will give me insights into changes that I can make to correct things before real problems even occur. When I was at the lab, the technician told me that the test that I was having done would cost between $3,000 and $5,000. A Function Health membership is only $365. That's only $1 a day. And you get lab work 2 times in a year included in that membership. The first 1,000 people who scan the QR code or use my code, Hillbilly Kitchen 25, will receive a $25 credit on your first year's membership. And you can join me on a health journey where we can get real information to make real changes. And when I get all my results back, one of the things I'm going to share is my biologic age, which I already have. Would anybody care to take a guess at what it is? And keep in mind, my chronologic age will be 58 in a few days.
I'm going to start by preheating my pan as always. And we're going to add in our mayonnaise. And I'm just going to do a couple of tablespoons. And that has enough oil in it that it's going to fry our spices. Now, you don't have to have these spices. You can do chili powder and like some powdered cayenne and some, you know, stuff like that. Or just do chili powder, do taco seasoning, some cumin. Here it's sizzling, that's the oil in it. And I had wanted to add some cumin to this, and I thought I had some, but I can't find it. I am going to add in a little bit of paprika and a little bit of chili powder just for extra flavor. But what I'm heating mine with is we have peppers and tomatoes coming out our ears. Somebody like way overplanted peppers and tomatoes this year. And I have some little orange spice jalapeños and some fresh cayenne. And I've diced those up with an onion, and I've got a little bit of garlic. And I'm going to put that in my pan. See there, it looks like melted butter or something. And if you want a really good grilled cheese sandwich, spread some mayonnaise on your bread and use that to grill it with instead of spreading butter on it. Okay, I'm just adding in my peppers and my garlic and my cayenne. And this is street corn dip. So I have 4 cups of frozen corn. You can also use canned corn. And like I said, you don't even have to cook this. If you're using powdered spices, you can just mix this all up and serve it cold. Other stuff that you want in this, while those are frying up a little bit, is you want cheese, obviously. You can use some feta or some Gouda or something like that, crumble some of that up in it. A block of cream cheese. Now, you don't have to use the cream cheese at all, but a block of cream cheese in it makes it extra creamy. You can put some sour cream in it, about a half cup of sour cream in it, or you can just serve it with sour cream. Also some cheese to top it with. I have some cheddar jack, I think. You can use pepper jack, you can use Colby jack, you can use whatever kind you want, and you can put this in it, or you can put it on it when you serve it. I have diced up a few tomatoes. I have some colored tortilla chips that I got at my local grocery store deli. They were some of those in-store made, and they're red, white, and blue, and I thought they were really cool because this is a good barbecue dip. So they would be good for like 4th of July or Veterans Day or Memorial Day or something like that if you were doing a red, white, blue theme. But I'm making this in 2026, and it's America's 250th birthday this year, so there's kind of a red, white, blue theme going on all year this year. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit of paprika. And this will more give it color than anything else. And a little bit of chili powder, which does have some cumin in it and some other spices. And this will give it more flavor than heat. The jalapeños and the cayenne, that's going to give it the heat. I'm just adding in a little bit of that for flavor. A little bit of black pepper always. And a little salt. I mean, this is a lot of corn. We're going to want a little salt in it. Now, our onions and our peppers have kind of started to get, they've cooked a little bit. Started to get a little bit tender. I do want those done. I don't want those raw. So if you're going to serve it cold, I would just use the powdered spices. And now I'm going to add in my corn. And we're going to fry this. And I'm just going to fry it till it's fried. It won't take too long, but you want to make sure you stir all those spices up in it real good. Okay, while this corn is frying, I said I'd tell you how you could turn leftovers into dinner. If you made it for a weekend cookout and you had some leftovers, which good luck with that if you have very many people show up. But if you want to turn this into dinner, and even if you don't want to turn it into dinner, certainly drain a can of black beans and throw them in here. Oh, that would be so good. Or if you've got some that you've cooked, just some leftover black beans, add them in here. You could add in either some shredded chicken or some ground beef with some taco seasoning on it and put it on tortillas or just over the nacho chips and do like a loaded nacho. And if you added some ground beef or some chicken, you'd have dinner. This would be really good for football games too, you know, tailgating or football watch parties. And especially if you added the chicken or the beef to it, or maybe had that sitting out, you know, people could kind of build their own on up in the winter. I know a lot of folks like to sit around and watch basketball. You could fix it for those days too. Any kind of game day party. I'm going to have a few folks over this weekend, but I don't think I'm going to have enough people over that we're going to eat all this. So one day over the weekend, Jim and I will probably have some of this with some shredded chicken with some taco seasoning on it, and we will make a meal out of some of this. Oh, and one more thing I'm going to do for flavor is I'm going to add a little lime juice. And lime juice with any kind of Mexican food, you know, spicy like this with the cayenne and the jalapeños, it's going to brighten it up and it's going to give it a real fresh flavor. So a little lime juice is really, really good in this. And it's something that, you know, if you don't have it, you can certainly make it without it, but it's going to make it way better. If you don't want to cook this in your kitchen in a frying pan, you can put it in a 350-degree oven till it's hot and bubbly, or you can take it out and put it on the grill. I think I already said that. If you're grilling, you can mix this up and take it out and stick it on your grill. Just make sure you're using a cast iron or something that will stand the heat of the grill. This is a made-in pan and it will take the grill heat, but you want to make sure you have a pan that will take the grill heat, because not every pan will. Okay, my corn is at this point. It's heated thoroughly. It's cooked. If you're using canned corn, it's, you know, it's already cooked. You do want to drain it. But what I'm doing now is I'm just going to let it sit here until the very bottom browns, so I get some of that kind of like the charred flavor with street corn. I want that flavor. So I'm just going to give it a minute without stirring it, because everything is cooked, everything is done. Get a little bit of that caramelization, you know, that brown stuff on there. And when I get that, then I'll have the flavor I want. And we'll stir in our cream cheese. I think I'm going to put about half a cup of sour cream in it. And I'm going to break up a little bit of this cheese in it. And then I'm going to save the other cheese to go on top of it when I serve it. Or I'll put it on top of the pan, but I'll put it on top. And still maybe serve it with a little more cheese, or at least a little sour cream. All right, I'm sure we got some browning going on now. Oh yeah, we do. I got some browning on the corn, and I've got some browning in the bottom of the pan. And I know folks are going to ask, I'm only cooking this on about medium. I did not turn it up on high or medium high. I'm cleaning my peppers off of the spoon, because I don't want raw peppers left on my spoon and have everything else cooked, and then I get a raw pepper in my finished dip. I'm just going to sit my cream cheese in here and let it start melting. Here's a little tip. If you kind of roll your citrus before you cut it, it will bust up the pulp, and then when you cut it and squeeze it into whatever you're squeezing it into, you'll get a lot more juice out. And we will get a little bit more browning while that cheese is melting and while we're squeezing lime in there. I should have got out the juicer. My arthritis is not letting my hand close. Oh well, we got enough here. Now, if you are a fan of cilantro, you can put some cilantro on top of this when you're done too. I am not. I'm just going to crumble up a few tablespoons of this feta in my dip here. I'm certainly not going to put this whole pack in it. And we'll let that melt in with our cream cheese. And you can crumble up some more of the feta or the Gouda, whatever you have. I had feta, so that's why I'm using it. And serve it with some crumbled cheese. You can also do some little lime wedges and serve it with little lime wedges. Let's give this a stir. It should be starting to melt. And then we will add in our sour cream to make it extra creamy. And we got plenty of browning in this, so it's going to have a lot of flavor. It's going to have a lot of flavor anyway with them jalapeños and cayennes that I put in there. You can also make this with fresh corn. I mean, you know, 4 or 5 ears of fresh corn. And fresh corn is really good in recipes. If you make it with fresh corn, make sure after you cut the corn off of the cob that you take your knife and scrape the cob and get some of that corn juice in it and put that in your dip, because that's what really makes fresh corn recipes good. I did that in the corn fritters and in the corn casserole recipe. I think I used fresh corn and scraped the cob. So if you like corn, there's a couple more corn recipes for you. All right, that's all melted. And we're going to turn this down not off, down. And I'm going to add my sour cream. Like I said, just about half a cup to make it extra creamy. And stir that up. Oh my. Yep, extra creamy. Yeah, I don't know if you'll have any of this left over for dinner or not. Maybe just make it sometime and do the shredded chicken or the ground beef and make it dinner. This is a pretty healthy dip as far as dips go. It doesn't have anything artificial in it. It doesn't have anything in it that's bad for you. It does have a fair amount of fat with the cream cheese and the sour cream and the mayonnaise. But you don't have to put all that in it if you don't want to. But, you know, like I said, it doesn't really have anything in it that's bad for you. And look at how creamy this is. Oh, I don't know. Do I want to put the cheese on top of it, or do I just want to serve it with cheese? I think I'll just serve it with cheese and not put the cheese on top of it. Maybe not. I don't know. I can't decide. Would y'all put some cheese on top of this and let it kind of melt? If you're going to put it in the oven or take it out on the grill, I would definitely put some cheese on top of it and let it kind of brown, because everybody loves that. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do it both ways. We'll dip a little bit out. I don't know. I said you could serve this cold, but I might not. I might only serve it hot. And then we'll put the cheese on top and just let it melt. So you can kind of see it both ways. Like I said, this is a really good kind of all-purpose dip. Ball game watch parties, cookouts. Just, you know, something different on a Friday night. Instead of going out and eating Mexican or whatever, stay home and make some street corn dip and, you know, watch movies and just relax. Anything you can dip in this. And it is just so good. It's got so much flavor. If you don't like it hot, don't put as much pepper in it. You know, I did the cayenne and the jalapeno. Just do one or the other, or don't do either. You can just use chili powder, but heat it to suit your taste. You're making it. It's your dip. Do it however you like it. Before we go, I want to share Proverbs 17:22 with you. A merry heart doeth good like medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. Our attitude and our mood has a great deal to do with our health. Find the good in life. Celebrate the good. Rejoice over the good. Fill your life with people who encourage you, who support you, and who see the good in you. Celebrate all of the little occasions. Just a Friday night at home with something good to eat. Or have a barbecue with your friends. Being happy makes us healthy. So find a reason to be happy, because happiness is a choice. And choosing happiness over the other ways that we can be will lead to a far better life, better health. The Bible says a merry heart is like good medicine. So find a reason to be happy. Find a reason to celebrate. Find people who bring joy into your world. And let go of those things that are keeping you from the Lord and from a joyful walk with Him. Thank you so very much for stopping by to visit us in the Hillbilly Kitchen. Thank you for being a part of our family. If you haven't already, please don't forget to click like and subscribe before you leave. And until next time, remember to put God first.